I'm Karen Akavala from Human Touch Media, and I'm back with another installment of The Soul of Social with Becky Livingston, the CEO of Penn Hill Marketing. And today, Becky is going to answer a few of your most pressing social media questions. So, hi, Becky. How are you?
I'm well. How are you, Karen?
I'm good. I'm on the beach, as you can see, in my beach paradise, until we can record these videos in person someday. But for now, we will pretend we are on the beach.
Good for you. I'm in a tree house. You can see the trees behind me there.
Excellent. Right.
Yeah.
Well, we're making the most of a global pandemic situation. So everybody's got to get creative here.
Yeah, we do. Thank goodness for Zoom. I'm telling you, it's really saving a lot of people from trying to figure out how to do these things virtually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you ready for your first social media question?
Sure, I am.
Okay, so the first question comes from Bob. And Bob writes, given increased censorship, lack of transparency, and billions of messages, how can social media, i.e. Facebook, Twitter, Google, sustain its viability and growth as an effective and efficient advertising media? Excellent question.
Excellent question. One of the things I like that he points out is it starts out as a social media platform, and now that we're doing all of these things to regulate what's going on with the social media platforms, and you know, you've got censorship, you have supposed to be transparent, you're not transparent, blah, 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 all these things. But one of the things to keep in mind as a small business owner is social media is meant to be building relationships. And using transparency in social media is important because social media was meant originally to be a transparent platform where you're sharing, you know, things about your business, how you do your business, who your customers are, all those kinds of things. And we've kind of moved away from that, and being sold to on social media through advertising and things like that really bother people. So what can we do as a company to keep things simple and organic is to do what we're doing. We're having conversations, we're building trust, we're sharing backgrounds, we're talking about what the business is and who we are, and you know, using testimonials and things like that. So even though there's increased censorship and lack of transparency with the companies that own the social media platforms, it doesn't mean you as a brand have to be that as well. So just keep that in mind as you're moving through your social platforms.
Okay. Our next question comes from Althea, and this is one that I think stumps everyone. How to understand the algorithm, and why is that important?
Oh, she knows I love data.
You will be my hero for life.
Algorithms change on a daily basis. There's always minor tweaks that happen all day long, throughout the day, days of the week, whatever. But there's usually a big one that happens on search engines, social media platforms, and things like that. And they're usually announced. For example, in 2018, Google announced that they were moving their search engine algorithm to an intent keyword algorithm, meaning if you are entering a search term in the search box, Google's going to try to figure out what your intent is. Are you trying to buy something? Are you looking for information on something? Are you looking how to do something? So they're going to base the results that you see on what you enter into the search. So if I just put in pink sneakers with green shoelaces, they're going to assume I'm trying to buy something, where I maybe actually be looking to see who sells them. Same difference to them. But if I wanted to see how to paint my sneakers pink, that's a different algorithm where they're going to say, I'm going to show you painting supplies, I'm going to show you how-to videos, I'm going to show you instructional things versus who sells pink sneakers. So they announced that in 2018. Some of the platforms announce it on a regular basis, and we have to know as business owners, what do we have to change to maximize the effectiveness of whatever it is we're selling? We're using search engines to be found online. What do we need to change? Do we need to look at our content and the way we develop it? Do we need to look at answering questions to drive those how-to people and informational people? We also have to look at, do we need to change our whole SEO back end on our website to make sure that we're meeting the needs of the new algorithms. This could make your head spin. It really can.
It does.
It does make your
I
head spin.
confirm my head is spinning.
So one of the things we need to think about as business owners, do I need to change my practices to adjust to the engine? Now just think about this. I've been in business for 10 years. You've been in business for several years. We have a lot of content. I'm not going to go back and change all that content that I already have just to meet the new change in the algorithm. What I am going to do is go look at some of the keywords I have associated with that content. Maybe I simply add the phrase how to in front of something, or I ask a question and add that to my keyword list. So that's how it works with search engines. Social media platforms are doing the same kinds of things. LinkedIn has changed over the last couple of years quite a bit, and they're also putting a lot more emphasis on articles and things that people are publishing versus just having your profile out there. So the more you publish on LinkedIn, the more likely your name is going to show up in a search versus someone else's. It also ties to Google. So the more you do on LinkedIn, the more Google likes it. Facebook and Google don't like each other, so the more you do on Facebook doesn't influence your Google ranking, but it does influence your Facebook search ranking. So just understanding what the changes are and paying attention to those things helps you to make a better plan on how you're going to create content and how you're going to share that and what you're calling it when you share it. Is it a how-to? Is it a buy now? Is it informational? Is it, you have to decide. And I actually have something on my website that's called the search intent keyword list. And it breaks down into 5 different areas that show you if it's informational, these are the kinds of words you put in your headlines, in your images, in your search engine keywords. If it's informational, this is what you use. If it's a selling feature, these are the types of words that you use. So we can share that with the group as well.
Okay, great advice. Great advice. It's still something that kind of makes my head spin, but
it's intense.
That has cleared up some mystery of it a little for me and hopefully for everyone watching us. Okay, so thank you, Becky. That wraps up another installment of the Soul of Social. Please subscribe to Becky's YouTube channel so that you can be the first to be informed when the new installment is published.
Excellent. Thanks, Karen.
Hey, thanks, Becky, and join us next time.